Baddies, thanks for tuning into the show. This episode is brought to you by Wild Heart Stones. If you need some fossils, gems, and sage, we have a website for you.
That's right. My friend Kyle, she's promised to bring us the best self-collected, self-selected, and treasured gems to you, all at very reasonable prices on her website, wildheartstones.com. Kyle and her father have been digging up these rocks all her life. Her dad was a geology professor back in the day, and they used to go to rock shows. They pretty much know everything that rock.
Nice. You guys could save 15% on all of your purchases. Just use promo code ICBTB at checkout. And a link to the website will be down in the description, or you can find it on our website at ICBTB.com.
Thank you guys so much. Wildheartstones.com.
Yeah, check them out.
Thank you, Kyle.
Enjoy the show.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
Otis, you were really excited to do this movie because
I love this movie.
You love Egyptian history.
Yes, I do.
However, like I did a little bit of reading, but not too much, and that really just
They're
like
slim to none.
It's very
egregious.
inaccurate.
There's slim to no Egyptian history
Extremely
in this film.
inaccurate. Maybe the names is
The mummy is as Egyptian as it gets.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think Egyptians had mummies.
Maybe the
that's
setting.
about where
The
it's
setting.
stuck.
The setting
It
was
takes
right.
place in Cairo, yes.
I think. Yeah.
Imhotep. What's his name?
Imhotep.
Imhotep. Is that a real?
He was a real person, but
A
he
real
wasn't a
historical-
priest.
Did they make it distinct what the pharaoh's name, and if that was a real
Yeah,
pharaoh?
Set the first.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a real pharaoh, right?
He is.
Okay. How about Anaxunamun?
Anaxunamun.
Yeah, that girl's name
Naxenam.
sounds like the Golem
She's my favorite in the whole movie.
from the beginning. Oh, because yo, that was
She
like
struts
The
in.
fishnet.
That's not fishnet. That's all like painted on.
Bro, I'm talking
my
about
neck,
the other stuff she had on then.
Oh.
See her whole butt.
Hey,
oh later on. That's a PG-13 movie.
I'm pretty sure she. I mean, I don't know if she was a real person. I could Google it, but
She's probably a real person.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought you were talking about the
No, he means in
actress. I was
no,
like,
historically. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's I got it first. We were on the same page.
Actress also.
Same page, wrong page.
Definitely a real person. Definitely
she's
same
in
page,
other
wrong
stuff,
book.
yeah.
She's CGI. Definitely CGI.
Yeah.
Welcome.
19.
Yeah. Welcome to another episode of ICBTB podcast.
My name is Alejandro.
My name is Christian,
That's Otis.
and now we have Juliet over there. Yes, they're in the same room yet again. If you want to see a tornado of emotions and feelings and like conversations not fully through, and also me stress the fuck out, watch the Tuesday episode.
Hey-o.
I'm sure you all loved it. Because 4 of us in a room.
Really hot.
it got real hot.
Well, yes, on the mic,
Condoms
temperature-wise.
out.
Yes.
It looked like a
Condoms were
condom
out.
battlefield out
Yes.
here.
She doesn't care about the lube. That's what it is, though. We're over here being real dainty about it.
Man, do they have dry condoms?
Yeah, they make unlubricated condoms.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
We should have put something in there.
It was.
I was picking up pieces from this condom that Jules blew up, but watch the Tuesday episode.
If you like sweat, condoms, and hot rooms, this is your episode.
Let's not sell our show like that.
yeah.
Let's not have that in the SEO.
But nonetheless, welcome to another episode of It Can't Be That Bad.
Yes.
This is the show. If you're new, this is the show where 2 Bay Area locals we defend
Lovely locals.
and highlight underrated movies. This is an underrated film, though.
I
Really
love this
underrated.
movie. It's up there with one of my favorites.
I'll start pretty hot and just say that I think this is better than Indiana Jones.
That's a very hot
That
take.
is fighting words for a lot of people.
I
Yeah.
love the Indiana Jones
Yeah.
ride. I love Indiana Jones. Do not get me wrong. But this movie is a little bit more fun than Temple of Doom.
I think with the
I
time
think it's because
too.
it's
Yeah.
more like campy.
For sure. And it's campy in my wheelhouse of like
Modern-esque.
of 99, 2000, right before camp went out the window.
Yeah.
When she does the whole ladder bit, I was like, oh, they could never do that now.
Yeah.
Like that would just
Yeah.
that would be a child's film.
It would go over everyone's head too.
All of the one-liners, the comic relief, multiple comic reliefs in such a, what can be like, this is like also slightly horror.
It was scary when
It's still
It's
scary.
scary.
Well,
Still really scary.
The director said that he doesn't want to make a horror film. He wanted to invert the
Stephen Sommers, right?
Somers.
Stephen Sommers.
Stefan?
Yes, who also did Van Helsing, who also did The Mummy
such a good
Returns.
movie.
Yes.
And some other stuff. I was just
I watched
looking at
all
it.
those movies in the theaters.
Really?
I watched this movie in the
These are
theaters.
movies to
With my
watch on the
family.
big screen.
Yeah,
Great.
with my family. I remember it.
Were you scared shitless when you first saw
Yeah,
this?
especially that scene where he's like, ah.
When he
my
comes to
gosh.
life.
Yeah, I was like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
That's the
Pretty
scariest thing in the whole
traumatizing.
movie for sure. Well, let's just get into it.
Yeah, let's do it. The itty bitty nitty gritty.
Thank you. We watched a movie called The Mummy.
1999.
1999.
Yeah,
Very
that's actually that's very
important to
Yeah.
specify.
Not 1932, not 2012, 1999.
And not the Scorpion King.
2017, not 2012. It's even sadder that it was like that much more recent, and they still fucked it up. With all the-
2012.
2017, the Tom Cruise one.
Yeah,
Sidebar before we
recent.
get too far. Me and my mom went to go see that in theaters, and we both walked out, and we were like, "That sucked."
At least you walked out. I fell asleep.
Oh, that's bad.
The
That
theater
is,
closed and like locked, and
that
we were
is
like,
bad.
Yeah, I woke up. I was like, Jekyll and Hyde.
like, no, wrong movie. Actually, right movie. We watched The Mummy. It was released in 1999 and was rated PG-13. It has a runtime of 2 hours and 5 minutes, which
Long movie.
it's a long movie, but it goes pretty fast.
It doesn't feel long. Though.
No. When I saw that tag, when I was looking into it, I was like, you know what? I don't know if I ever realized it was this long.
It's no, because
No, it goes fast.
I remember. I think I had the 1999 was the time when VHSs were transitioning into like DVD. So I can't
Yeah.
remember what type I had, but it was one of those things that I would always pop in and I would just watch over and over and over again. And so with the CG, the special effects for 1999,
ILM.
very
Excellent.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job. They did a
Something
good job.
happened in Mummy Returns when they tried to CGI The Rock and it went off downhill.
Turned
It was
into a
bad.
video game.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah, it was
oh.
bad. It was like Doom.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Oh,
Original Doom.
Yeah.
Another Rock movie.
Oh,
Oh, I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah.
We were talking about the game.
Anything that The Rock did with hair outside of wrestling, bad.
Nope, not the Walking
Walking
movie.
Tall.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but he
one was
barely
good.
had hair. In
Or
that.
Be Cool, right?
Or the one where he's a football
Or
player.
the Tooth Fairy.
Oh, yeah.
No, fuck you, get out. So this movie has a rating of 7 out of 10 on IMDb, a 61% on Rotten Tomatoes, a 48% on Metacritic. But, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Google
Oh, the people.
has a rating of its own.
Yes.
The people.
Would the people of ICBTB like to guess what the people of GOOGLE rate this
93.
one?
96.
Oh.
89.
Oh.
You want to tell us what it is?
I'm going to sit in for just a second. I just like to, right now, I'm the only one in this room who knows.
Yes. Oh, you like that dynamic?
Oh, Alpha. Who? Just tell us.
92%.
Wow.
So Juliet's closest to the pin. Well done, Jules.
Dang.
Well done.
Nice. Well done. Well done.
Extra points for Jules if you can guess the day that it released.
Out of all 365 days of the
September
year, 1999.
7th.
May 4th.
Damn.
That's close.
Synapse is coming at you. No, she
Right
was
at
closer
you.
with the percentage. Synapse is coming at you.
Right at you.
The Mummy is a rousing, suspenseful, and horrifying epic about an expedition of treasure-seeking explorers in the Sahara Desert in 1925. Actually, it's not the Sahara Desert. That's a completely different part of Africa.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Stumbling upon an ancient tomb, the hunters unwittingly set loose a 3,000-year-old legacy of terror, which is embodied in this vengeful reincarnation of an Egyptian priest who had been sentenced to an eternity as one of the living dead.
I'm going to have to redelegate the synopsis reading to Alan.
Why?
It's always like this. You get a word wrong with another word that doesn't even sound like the word that you got wrong.
It's all
And then, like, the pacing is the most inorganic pacing I've ever heard. It only sounds great when I put background music behind it, like dun 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 dun. I'm kidding. It's great. You can
Yes.
keep the
I love it.
synopsis.
You're fired.
directed by Stephen Sommers. It had a budget. If I can keep going with this job, I hope it's not completely taken away from me. It had a budget of $80 million.
That's a lot.
It's quite a bit of money, especially in '99.
200 million is what it got in the box office. That's my guess.
Okay. I mean, I was going to ask, but
350
dollars?
million. Sir.
350 million.
196 million.
Brendan
look it up?
Fraser's a hot
No.
commodity, man.
Dude, we'll get there, but Brendan Fraser looking like a man.
He was supposed to be Superman after this film.
Looking like a man.
He was supposed to be Superman.
He looking like a Superman.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
The number you gave it was 200 million.
Yes, sir.
Is that in your mind, how do you rank this film? As a success?
Success for sure. Like a financial
Success,
box office
yeah.
success.
And yours was only 100 million. You had the lowest rating of all. Out of everybody.
196 million.
Okay, excuse me.
Price is right over here.
Yeah, right?
You're all wrong. It's $410
I was
million.
close.
Well, that makes sense because they made 2 movies after it, so
They
clearly
did.
it was
300,
like,
I said
this was like a
350.
super successful movie.
Otis wins.
The director said the day after it premiered, he got a call from the head of Universal and said, "I want another one."
Another
Immediately.
one.
And I wasn't sure if
Another
it's DJ Khaled or the director.
Another one.
But yeah, guys, you guys know what it is. It's got Daniel Craig's wife. It's got
Rachel
Doom
Weisz.
Patrol guy.
She has a name.
Rachel Weisz.
It's got
Rachel Weisz.
guy from Spartacus.
John Hannah.
Hannah.
It's got the dude with the tattoos on his face. It's got a dude who's got he's got a
saying?
big nose. One guy's got a big nose. One guy has no nose.
Really
There's a
want you
couple
to
of guys with no
speak into
nose.
this part of the mic. What are you, a morning radio host?
There's one guy.
Do you know?
There's one guy who.
You look like someone who's failing at sucking penis.
This is actually the best move.
Once again, not gay.
Okay.
Dude,
All right.
we're not gay.
Nothing against gays though. We love them.
No, really. Go
no,
on with the
no,
fucking...
really, what?
No, really, we're not. We love them and we're not gay. I hate when you guys go quiet after I say something.
It's my absolute favorite.
All right, let's get to the movie. Real quick shout out to our other producer, Alan. He couldn't be here. He's feeling a little bit under the weather, but he still watched the movie. And
Tell
took
him the
notes.
truth. Alan can't be in the same room with Jules.
It's true.
And so because Juliet is here, Alan said, well, I guess I'm have the black lung. So he didn't come.
The black lung.
But no worries, Alan. We get it.
Whatever.
Let's get into it, dude.
All right.
It like throws us straight into some action.
I love it.
Well,
Some real action, bro. Some
Ew.
sexy, like, cheating
Oh,
on the
yeah.
pharaoh
Oh,
action. I paint my body and wear fishnets on my tits. That's what
Well,
she
no,
says.
but you know it's fucked up. She paints her body because she has to. So if anybody touches her, he knows.
Yes, which is
but
exactly
she,
what
bumps
happened.
into a wall or
Yeah.
a person.
Oh,
Like,
she can't.
Doesn't
I
seem like
guess.
they thought that all the way through.
like, can she not lay down?
No.
She has to literally just stand the whole time?
The bottom of her feet isn't painted.
Well, until like probably he sees her, but
He's
Then
only
he messes up all the paint.
Yeah.
He just likes messing up paint.
You know, one might argue that is Imhotep really the bad guy?
Yeah.
I mean,
no.
Well, not historically.
hang on, he
No,
did,
but I'm saying,
he
like,
did
he
murder,
was just
he
in
murdered
love
the pharaoh.
with her
was
because
in
he
the-
was in love with her. Love.
So that's okay.
No,
so
no.
that's
He
okay.
did not murder.
Ted Bundy loved those girls at the college
Just
sorority
saying.
house.
Crazy,
she did.
crazy
That's
jump.
true. No,
I
he
understand the
didn't, but yeah.
reference, but
yeah,
crazy
she
jump.
did. She was the one who killed him. It wasn't
Yeah.
him.
So, I mean,
He stole
He
the
was the
pharaoh's
one-
sword. They both stabbed
yeah,
him.
but
They both. It takes two to tango.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Imhotep was a
it was
right
wrong.
guy.
They
But
were
I'm saying,
killing
like,
him.
if you
You're
think
right.
about it,
You're right. He wasn't bad until
He wasn't a
was
villain.
resurrected and started eating people's flesh and
Yes,
organs to
I
replace
agree.
his own.
Because he
Yes.
wanted to be reunited
No,
with his
he's
love.
bad because, dude, she's another girl.
just
Chose the wrong girl.
Are you from Family Guy? What's his name?
are you
What is his name?
Peter Griffin.
yeah, Quagmire?
Yeah, what's up? I'm Peter Griffin, man.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No, it's
Christian's
Quagmire.
impressions.
Oh God!
Peter Griffin. Next, Homer Simpson. Homer Simpson.
Cleveland Brown.
You can't do that one.
I can't.
So yes, as we've been saying, he murders the pharaoh, steals his girl, then he gets caught by his own priests, and there's like a ban on cool
Rituals?
painted people, rituals, and then they had the Anubis head. They're mummifying people alive, and then they cut the dude's tongue out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like they
Bury
should have
him
cut
alive, it's a
everybody's
lot.
tongue out.
Mummification depicted in this film looks so scary.
Yeah, but they're
Well, no, but that's
dead.
because
Not in this film.
No, but I'm
Well,
saying
that's
like
'cause they were punishing
normally,
him.
Yes, normally.
Yes,
they're
yes.
dead. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's. Yeah.
But they're mummified live in here.
Yeah.
Imhotep was thrown in that sarcophagus with
Yeah.
scarabs, like millions.
Flesh-eating scarabs.
Flesh-eating scarabs.
That's the most inaccurate thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Well,
but it's Hollywood, baby.
The most inaccurate thing I've ever seen in my life is the fact that they were still building the Sphinx, and all three pyramids were built, and it's fact that the Sphinx is 5,000 years older than the oldest pyramid. So that's actually the
we
most
already got
egregious
it out
thing.
of the way that there are a bunch of like historical
This is-
inaccuracies
yeah.
in this film. It's a fun ride, though.
It is.
And the
Wonderful.
ride in Universal Studios
Oh, I haven't
Wonderful.
been.
is incredibly fun.
It is.
I haven't
it's not
been.
long enough though. It's way
It's
too
not. It's
short.
It's because it used to be E.T.
Oh.
It used to be E.T., and so they had to repurpose the E.T. ride, which was cooler because you had to go around
Yeah,
and shit.
you got to ride the bicycles.
Not anymore. Now they like scream at you in your face, and it actually could use a little bit of a revamp. The Jurassic Park ride I've heard is actually killing
Oh,
it.
the new one?
Yes.
I want to go to Universal Studios.
Let's go.
Road trip.
Right now, turn the shit off.
All right.
All right.
Welcome back, guys. We just got back from Universal Studios.
That was really fun.
Did you guys see Harry Potter?
He wasn't there.
Well, I mean, the train was.
Half of it.
Yeah.
Stop this again.
Let's get back to the movie.
Yes, it's been 3 days since we started recording.
So after that whole thing, we jump to the present time and we see what is
It's not
It's
present.
not present,
1920, and not even present for the film.
23?
1923.
Yes.
Because we get to see
1923.
Brendan Fraser with his French Foreign Legion friends,
With his buddy.
just
his best
pushing out
friend.
colonialism in its best
Horrible.
form. Just
Horrible.
making sure Egypt is a French colony.
With his right hand.
With his right-hand man who, from line one, is doing the best acting. Benny
I
is
love
the
him.
best
So
character.
funny.
I love him.
It's all a choice, right? From his first line, they're like, I won't leave you. Like,
Yeah, I'm
be
with
the-
you. To the, what does he say?
I'm
I'm with you.
till the end, friend.
Yeah, I'm with you to the
Your
end.
strength
friend.
gives me strength.
Yeah, your strength gives me strength.
Sorry,
Yes.
you've been promoted. And then he runs away or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
No,
He's
first
like-
he gets promoted, and then when he sees all the people coming, he's like, oh, no.
He's like, wait
Yeah.
for me. Yeah.
Benny is so good because if you are the funnier one acting with Brendan Fraser, you're killing it, man. Like the timing, the execution
Yeah.
of these lines, even though it's like 90s cheesy,
Especially
works.
when he like when they meet later on, like on the ship and in the mummy land and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They have this moment of him being like, Benny, shut the fuck up, and Benny's like,
He's basically
And then he gets thrown off the
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benny is Steve Buscemi in The Big Lebowski. Just like fuck you, Benny. Yeah, he's kind of like that guy.
He's like the kicking bag.
Who ends up leading like the expedition of those Americans later
Yeah,
on.
without him, nothing.
well, because
happened.
there's only two, technically three, but we don't really know about the third one. But only two people have ever been to
Hamanaptra.
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 Only two people have been to
Hamanaptra?
Hamanaptra
Yeah.
and lived.
Yeah, dude,
And
it's a
it's those
big
two.
deal, man.
Makes sense.
I got a fun fact about the battle scene that happened in Thebes, where we see all this happen. No CGI.
Really?
Yeah.
The
So
first battle scene?
yes.
Oh, that
yeah.
can
No
make sense.
CGI.
Okay.
I did see one dude definitely get stepped on by a horse, so I feel bad for that guy.
Oh, shit.
Keep it in.
Definitely saw a dude
Yikes.
get stepped on by a horse.
Steve's
that was
dead, but we
real?
keep it in.
You think that was real?
I think his legs are real.
Oh, God.
I think that horse was real too.
I think those hooves
And gravity? Very real.
Well, hang on. Books out on gravity. So O'Connell is being watched by the Magi,
Yes.
which I don't know if you
From
guys
the
have
hill.
played Assassin's Creed Origins,
No.
No.
but they always refer to you as Magi.
That's cool.
Magi.
Like the main Magi, he's a badass.
Just like in Assassin's
I
Creed
like him
Odyssey,
as
they
an
call you
actor.
Mythios.
I think I had a crush on him when I was watching
Really?
this
Oh, he's a
movie.
good-looking
was,
man.
You've liked brown men from very, very early on.
Yeah.
His name is Oded Feher.
Yeah, I like him from European Gigolo.
Oh, my God,
Deuce
yes.
Bigelow.
No,
European
Bigelow.
the
Gigolo.
first Deuce
Yeah,
Bigelow.
the first one.
Yeah,
Deuce
so
Bigelow.
He's the
Isn't
guy
he
because
the
he's
main
watching the
guy?
house
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the fish.
that's him.
Yeah.
I know him from some like Resident Evil movie, and I don't love him from that.
I know him from The Mummy Returns with The Rock.
Oh, he's back. He makes it back.
He makes it back in all of them.
He
Except
does go to China, doesn't he?
Probably.
does.
He does go to China.
I'm pretty sure he does. Cut hair this time though.
Can
China.
anybody explain to me why suddenly they went to China?
No clue, man.
the
I watched it
Dragon
once, and
Emperor,
that's
sir.
the last.
The
More
first
adventure.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you. So he escapes, and the Magi are like, you know what? The desert will have him. They don't actually say that line, but I feel like they should have.
No, he kind of does. No, they say the desert will get him.
Yeah.
Because they
Yeah.
said, should we kill him? And he's like, the desert will get him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Then I watched this
Because
film.
if
Yeah.
the track record of Hamanaptra is only 2 people got
The-
out
how many-
alive.
the record is 0.
0.
Yeah, because they don't know Benny got away, and they're gonna let this dude die in the desert.
Yeah.
Also, these Magi may not be very good at their job.
Oh,
I mean, they did 3,000 years. So I
Wait,
mean,
Benny was in the tomb. He
Yeah,
ran
you're
into
right.
the tomb, so he was hanging out in there and then popped out.
later on.
Because remember,
yeah.
he like closed the door on him.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I like when we finally do get to meet the other characters, like when we meet Rachel Weisz and she's doing that whole like ladder gag you guys were talking about, and like
Librarian.
knocks over all the library shelves like a stack of dominoes.
Well, and she's working in a museum of antiquities.
Yeah, man.
Because she's a librarian. And she's just the best at being a librarian. She can alphabetize
cute.
books just by reading them. It's just for me, I always have to like go down the alphabet. Like if I have like a G and an F,
Yes.
I'm singing the whole thing all the way to Z.
Oh, that's true. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't go right in the middle. I have to start.
I can't start from LMNOP though.
No, I got to start from A.
So we also find out that Rachel Weisz's character, I mean, I know this is later, but her mother is Egyptian. Is that
Yes.
answered later, or is that in the second one that's...
No, they bring it up in this
They
one.
bring it up because, sorry, I missed the last
but
20
in the
minutes.
second one, they make it deeper where it's like Rachel Weisz was also in Egypt, and it's like she didn't show up at all in like any of the flashbacks in the first movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I definitely, The Mummy Returns is the one that I watched more than this one.
So I had said before we recorded, upon starting this film, I remember thinking to myself, "Oh, we should be watching The Mummy Returns. That's the one that I like more."
Yeah.
But that's actually false. The whole prison scene with Brendan Fraser getting hung.
Wonderful.
Did you read
That he
about what
almost died?
happened? He actually,
Yes.
like, he passed out because the close-up had to be of him, and then the guy pulled it too tight.
Well, that's why I'm
they
going
had
to
to
say
resuscitate him.
this is jumping, but he's my best person on set award, literally, because he performed his own stunt.
He does
and
all.
did you
That's
see
why
he
he
has
fucked up his back.
No, he's had like surgeries,
Yes.
like
That's why
hard,
he's
like
fat now.
fucked him up.
Well, yeah, because with the emotional trauma from the Hollywood elite groping him, and from like just getting beat up
Years
and
of
like
getting beat up and doing his own scene.
Risking
action
his
scenes.
health.
Movie's coming out though.
He's coming back.
I'm so
Scorsese
excited.
film.
I'm so
He's
excited.
great.
Like, I love.
He's
like
in
one of my
Doom
favorite
Patrol.
actors.
He is in that movie with Don Cheadle and Benicio del Toro that's on HBO Max. It's incredible. And so, like, seeing him in this film, and he looked like a man.
Looking like a nice.
How are you in, like, Egypt desert wind, and your hair's always looking good?
When you're.
He's also wearing like a full coat and shirt. Like when they're fighting that war, all of the other French Foreign Legions have like the hat with the cape to keep him cool.
Yeah.
Like, nope, not him. He's in like his dress greens with like a fancy crevasse, and like it's just like
I think because he's an officer
I think because he's an American.
and an officer.
An officer and a lady. So Evie is upset because Dr. Bay, who I was so ready for him to be a bad guy. Like he just
looks like a bad guy.
Like
Yeah,
a bad
he
guy,
does.
right? I'm glad that he was only
He ended
kind.
up being a hero, right?
Yeah, he was only
He
yes.
sacrificed himself.
But we kind of got scared at first, right? When we
Yeah.
see him doing some of the ritual shit.
Yeah.
So she finds her brother is there fucking with her because he stole. Jonathan just stole
chilling in the
this
tomb.
Yeah.
paperweight. He doesn't even know what the fuck it is. He thinks it's a
He won
paperweight.
it in gambling, right?
No, he stole it from Brendan Fraser. That's why he's nervous to meet him in prison.
That's what it was.
Wait, how did he steal it from him?
They don't say. He stole it from Brendan Fraser, though. And that's why Brendan Fraser's like,
I
don't
missed
I know
that.
you? And that's why he
But then
punches him in the
it's
face.
never explained.
No, that's just one of the things of like, Jonathan stole it somehow.
Oh,
I didn't realize
that makes so much more sense. I was wondering that. I was like, wait, where did this lock,
thought he won it in a card game.
the key come
Yeah.
from? I was like, how did they get it in the first place?
I think Brendan Fraser won it in a card game.
Oh, maybe that's where I'm getting it mixed up.
Because
Okay.
Brendan Fraser he's not leaving Hamanoptera with anything in his hands, as far as we know.
Yeah.
But somehow Jonathan stole it from Brendan Fraser. Who knows? I like to think that in those 3 years in between him being stranded in the desert, all Brendan Fraser did was like, I'm going to fucking find this tomb. That's why he's such a master at it. That's why he's not worried
Well,
about
he's
it.
obviously good at what he does. I remember, like,
Is he?
Yeah.
he survived that whole fucking thing, man. He's doing like he's pretty.
He's a manly man.
Yeah.
He's
I mean,
a
but
whole
it's
lot of
but
man.
when you
Not-
think about
he's
it, it's just based off of athleticism, really.
He
what
just
he's
ran
doing.
away faster than
I mean,
everybody
you
else.
gotta survive
Shooting.
the desert.
He's not the
That's a skill.
slowest
That's a
person.
skill.
Yes, the desert is a skill, and surviving prison is a skill.
well, he
Yes.
has like above surface level
Survival.
knowledge of
He's
the
smarter than
history
your
of
average
Egypt.
dog,
Yeah,
for sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
And he's charming enough to get Rachel Weisz.
Exactly.
She was always like,
spoilers.
O'Connell.
I
Well,
like.
they
I do
kiss.
like when
He kissed her.
they kiss in the prison, and she's kind of like disgusted by it. But then later on, she's like thinking about it, like brushing her hair.
Yeah, that was a good
It's
scene.
like it wasn't even that great of a kiss.
Yes.
But apparently,
And then her true feelings comes out like when she's drunk. And she's just like,
Oh yeah. With the Macallan 12,
you now.
the 12-year Macallan, or Glenn Levitt.
Yes.
Glenn Levitt. I'm
Glenn
sorry.
Levitt, yeah.
Glenn Levitt 12.
Dang.
So they strike a deal with Brendan Fraser for him to help them find Hamunaptra.
Yes.
And this treasure in the city of the dead and all this big stuff. They book a trip with the warden of the prison decides to come with them because he's financing the trip.
Oh, he's getting 25%.
No, he's getting 25%.
Well, that's how she got him out of being
yeah.
hung.
Oh, it's
he's
so
just-
funny.
He just, what did he say? He's securing his investment.
Yeah.
Or
She was like,
protecting his investment.
He said, I'm securing the bag.
straight up, dude. Like when they were negotiating about like what percentage of the treasure he could keep, she was like 10%, 20%, or
50.
50.
He starts at 50, yeah.
Yes, and then she's like 20, and she's like
He goes 40.
and then she says 30, and he's like 25, and she's like deal, and he's like 5.
Ah, that was a good scene. Yeah.
That guy's actually one of my favorite characters. I think he's actually really funny.
They
He
make
doesn't
fun
make
about how
it too long either.
no, he doesn't. Oh, his death is pretty
Poor guy.
intense.
You know, we don't
Another
really see
irrational
him
fear.
die though. I mean, is running into the wall how he dies?
I mean, I think the scarab in his brain is probably a
Well, but
bigger
it's not
factor.
like gruesome like
No.
when you think.
Nah,
I
it's
mean,
like-
we know what it is, but it's just like, oh.
It's
And
not
they're-
like Homeboy
and
who
they're
got his
just like,
eyes
oh, poor
popped
him.
out.
Well, time to leave him.
He looked stinky on screen, and
Yeah.
they make a bunch of jokes about how,
How
stinky, he is.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, he said he might have been stinky, but he has great taste when he's drinking after
Yes.
he's died.
And when they're like
Yeah.
climbing down the rope, he's like, what is that smell? And then he comes there, he's like, oh.
oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
He deserves to die. He was like trying to like hit on. He was trying to hit on Rachel Weisz.
Oh, yeah,
He's
for
not a good
$500
man.
and I'm a lonely man.
Yeah, it's horrible. You
Yeah.
obviously look lonely, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Stinky Man, Jonathan, Brendan Fraser, and Rachel Weisz all get on this boat, and Jonathan's playing cards with these very nice
The
Americans.
And already
Yankees.
saying too much. Saying,
Talking way too much.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that I wouldn't want to travel with.
Okay, now that you said that, I don't actually want to say what I was going to say.
You're
No,
going
go-
to say that's Christian.
I was going to say, I think if you know, I think you would be a little bit like Jonathan, where like people would be talking if you're playing cards with somebody and they're like, "Oh, we're on our way to find this lost tomb." You're like, "I'm on my way to find that tomb too."
Us too.
Yeah, and then they'd be like, "Yeah, well, we got somebody who's actually
Do
been
you
there." And
want
you'd be
a
like,
carpool?
"I got somebody else
I
who's
could
got that too."
Oh my gosh. I think that's people's perception of me.
Okay, good.
But like, I'm a pretty good secret holder.
Holder.
Right?
Keeper, holder.
But
of-
it's
think
not
they're called
even
secret
secret.
keepers.
It's a keeper
It's
of
not even
secrets.
keeping secrets. It's just like knowing when to shut your
It's
mouth.
just like,
Yeah.
I feel like
Keep
you'd
my
want to relate,
business
yeah,
out of
because
your mouth.
and I'm not saying this like in a mean way. You just want to like relate to them, like, "Oh, hey, I'm in the same boat as you, figuratively and literally."
I've learned, and I know that there are more surface level facts that you could share about yourself and your.
I also
Doings?
have a hat.
We're hat friends now.
This is my best friend. We both got hats.
Also, we're going to the same tomb as you. So they go there, and I this was interesting because like what they get like bombarded.
Hold on. How did they know they were on the boat?
The Magi is following them.
yes.
The Magi has been following them the
Because
entire
they like
time.
like the American group, I think, advertised. Because remember, they had like a bunch of help.
So technically, it's the
diggers.
Americans who kind of fucked it up.
Yeah,
because
they're terrible here.
I have a feeling the
O'Connell
Magi
was in jail, so they didn't even know he was alive. They didn't see until, remember, they were riding on the camels, which, by the way, I've never seen a camel run.
Oh, then you've never been to the camel races
Well,
that
I
happen in
guess-
Benicia all the time.
I don't think I ever saw.
You never went to the camel
wait.
races?
Yes, but that was like when I was younger. I don't really remember it.
First of all, that's sorry. The Magi are watching them constantly. We actually see the Magi show back up when they leave Giza. When they get on the boat and leave, the Magi are watching them
Yeah.
from the port. So I think that the Magi are watching Brendan Fraser the whole time he's in prison.
Yeah.
They're watching the Americans the whole time they're trying to get a crew together. I think they're just like always there. And at this point in the movie, we still think the Magi are bad guys.
Yes.
Yeah, they have like a very ominous.
I mean, they're wearing all black and they're
But then
tattooed on
again,
their faces.
don't they like in the beginning flashbacks say the Magi are the Pharaoh's
the-
personal guard?
The
Yes.
descendants
Yeah.
of the personal
So
guard.
I mean, they're not really bad, but I mean, they
Yeah, because the
look
pharaohs
bad.
made no mistakes ever, right? The pharaohs
no,
are
I'm
perfect
not-
people.
they're good. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that,
but
They
just-
built the pyramids.
They're literally
Yes.
just trying
They're
to
just trying to stop.
make sure the world doesn't end. like they're literally just trying
Yeah.
to
We
protect
know that now.
shit.
Well,
the Magi, they're dope. They're really just protecting the.
I mean, and if they have to kill some people, they have to.
They have
say
to.
that.
It's
They
for
say
the good of
Greater
the
good.
land.
Greater good,
Those Americans
unfortunately.
were just traveling to Hamanaptra for greed.
They were treasure hunting.
yeah, so
Yeah.
like rightfully so. Like, yo, this is the motherland. Like, back off. I'm gonna shoot you in the face.
Eve was also a treasure hunter, though.
But
She just wanted to become a famous museum
Yeah,
historian.
it was more like
and,
to-
everybody's really vain in this film.
But it was more like, wasn't it to preserve the history instead of
But
just trying
why
to sell
preserve
it?
it?
Belongs in a
when-
museum.
No,
yeah,
don't
why
get
not
me
just
wrong.
let
I'm
the
not,
Egyptians keep
I'm
their
not,
shit?
I'm not about it. Don't get me wrong. That's what Great Britain over here wants to fucking colonize everything. Don't get me wrong. I get it, but I'm just saying. Just saying.
Colonies do it right. I'm right there with you.
Oh,
No, I
I
didn't say
don't
that.
want to go
No, I
into this
didn't say that.
conversation
No.
anymore. No, okay. Really though, the Magi are good guys in this, and like, yes, they were perceived to be the bad guys.
Well, they burned down the boat.
Yeah,
No,
because
they
these people were
didn't.
gonna fuck up the motherland.
They didn't mean to burn it down.
It was Jonathan.
Yeah, Jonathan shot or something, and
then
fucking
the
caught on
fire.
That is
fire.
true.
Yeah,
yeah.
Jonathan like stabbed the guy
All
with
he,
a
Damn it,
all he
Jonathan.
came in, he just said, "Where's the key?" He was just trying to snatch the key that
You're right.
she
He
had.
definitely wasn't threatening
The
death on
map
her.
and the key.
Real quick, wasn't the key so satisfying and nostalgic to see that
Yeah.
fit in and then twist? I just
Yeah.
want to do that.
Yeah,
I
that
wish
was
that was
good.
the key to my house.
I think you could actually get that done.
yeah,
Yes,
you
it's
can
possible.
make that happen.
I love though that like the Egyptians were like, we can't just close a sarcophagus. We have to use locks and
Yeah.
special keys, and then we have to
And the
separate
salt, the booby trap that
Oh,
they
the
did.
acid salt.
pressurized acid
Pressurized-
salt.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Once again, the special effects in this really good for 1999.
Well, and all that makeup for the most part, right? I mean, that was all
$7 million was just for makeup.
really.
I believe
I don't
that.
know. They,
I would believe that,
the,
though.
the boat sinks, and I get my
effects
favorite
makeup.
line when Benny's like, "I got all the horses."
You're on the wrong side of the river.
Hey, Benny! On the wrong
No, he's like
side of the
O'Connell
Yes.
on the wrong side of the river.
I-
I love that.
Brendan
So
Fraser's
funny.
delivery is always the
really good with everything. And
Yeah.
what a gentleman. When Rachel gets drunk later on, he doesn't do anything.
Hey.
Is that being a gentleman
Or just a man?
a
Is that
good-
just being a good person?
Wow.
A good person for sure.
Why do you call yourself a dastardly Dan?
No. Well, come on. This was made in 1999. It's easy to, like, there's a lot out of pocket shit that could occur.
Wow.
What did I do?
Okay, Bill Cosby.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
So they have a camel race to Hamanoptera.
for $500, right? That's
Yeah.
what it was. Just a,
First
a
one,
small bet.
500 American
Yes,
in 1932.
23.
23.
26 years later.
That's a lot of money.
Wait.
6 years
Isn't
later.
it so 1923 is when he's with the French Foreign Legion, and then doesn't it 6 years later is when he's in prison?
Does it say 6
I
years
don't
later
know.
No,
that
it's
he's
not.
been?
It's not in years. It's not years.
I
It's
thought it was
probably
like
months.
a couple days. That's what I took it as.
His hair got a
his
bit
hair's
longer.
longer. It
wouldn't
can't
say
be years. His hair, maybe
His muscle mass would have
a
deteriorated.
year and a half.
You're taking it too literal. It's been 5 years.
It says that?
Yes, I'll
Wow,
pull up the movie right now.
5 years. That's wild. He was captured for that long.
5 years?
Oh my gosh! No wonder he kisses Rachel. He just like doesn't.
And he
This
was
is the
gonna
touch of a
die.
I
woman.
thought he
As
was gonna
said,
die.
I thought I was
Yeah.
going to die. Seemed like a good idea.
Honestly, great idea.
Yeah,
I would kiss Rachel Weisz before I died.
yeah. I would have done the same. She was so charming. I like that she wasn't a two-dimensional character in this.
Yeah.
She was like a klutz, but also very intelligent and cute.
And then they
held
then they turn her
own.
into a badass in the next movies.
Yeah, she was
Yes.
sword fighting in the next one and shit like that.
They get. Yep.
Well, you might as well. Don't they have a kid in the next one?
Yeah.
Yes, they
she's
do.
a writer.
Yeah. I think she's upgraded
She's doing
from
like
writer.
book tours and shit.
Yeah, book
No,
tour.
that's in the China one
Oh fuck, dude, I'm getting those mixed up.
because they have a picture
Yeah, 'cause
of
then she
Rachel
sleep-
Weisz and then
Yeah.
it pans to her and she's like, "That was a long time ago," and it's just like, "That's not the same actress."
Well, yeah.
yeah, you're right.
Oh.
We'll eventually do The Mummy Returns. I at least want to do that one.
We're talking about Tomb of the Emperor. What is it? Tomb
Tomb of the Dragon
no,
Emperor.
I don't want to do that. That's why I said we'll do The Mummy
but
Returns.
that one's great too.
I've never seen that one.
I've
He
seen them
does use a
all.
PPSH, which is always one of my favorite
That
guns.
doesn't make it a good movie.
No, it
This is
doesn't.
true.
So they get to the underworld, and they actually have like a cool like race to the statue of Anubis, and they have that Mexican standoff with everybody's pointing guns at their faces.
Great bit. They're
When
always
they're
just
in the temple
Yeah.
or in the
inside.
Underground, yeah.
underground, yes.
After they have like all they do to get light into the tomb
mirrors.
is the mirrors. That's straight out of Indiana Jones.
You know that doesn't actually work, right? They
No.
they myth bust that, by the way.
I'm sure there's a lot of things you could myth bust in this movie.
What? You mean the mirrors would turn into full lighting?
Are you kidding me?
Wow, I thought that was the most scientific
hey,
of the
That
whole
movie
thing.
not nonfiction.
It's a documentary, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Rick O'Connell's a real person. No, but it was crazy. Like they would just straight up shoot the mirror and it would like perfectly land in
All of
place.
them.
It wouldn't break the mirror and then get trapped in there, right?
Yeah, these mirrors aren't also 3,000 years old.
Right?
The statues all have lost all of their sheen, are just like stone now. But the mirrors don't fade.
No. Those are pristine mirrors. Everything in here though looked very lavish. Like all of the gold. Like
Makes sense though.
I loved when they were pulling out the scarabs from the walls because like that was it looks satisfying. It looks like
Yeah.
you're removing
It
a
did,
blackhead,
yeah.
right?
Oh, that's not
With like a knife? Is that how you remove blackheads?
Just take them.
I'm gonna be rich.
right.
But like it does get freaky when it comes out and like
God.
goes
So-
into his foot up to his brain.
This film gave me so many irrational fears as a kid. One of them was having a bug go under my skin and climb to my brain and kill me.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Another one was being trapped in like an underground tomb that I may never have an exit to, and
Yes.
like it was just a bunch of irrational fears that as a kid make complete sense as a kid. But now as an adult, it's like, oh yeah, I will never be in a tomb
that
that will
situation.
close
I would
unless
never-
I choose to be.
You know, yeah.
Never know.
Unless you
You're
choose
never
to.
gonna find yourself in a self-destructing
You're like-
tomb.
Never know.
You guys want to go to Egypt into this tomb that we're not supposed to be in?
What is this like? City Slickers 3: Quest for Egypt's Gold, and we're just like, I don't know, Bradley Crystal.
It's like I don't know if you'd ever think you'd be in a situation that you're gonna die in until you're in that situation. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Actually,
Like
yeah.
when you're dying, you're just like, I never,
I knew it.
never
I fucking knew it.
I shouldn't have gone treasure hunting in Egypt. I haven't after.
Those are the cutscenes from Godzilla, right before the foot crushes the guy in the car.
I knew I shouldn't have gone to Macy's
in my
today.
life. I shouldn't have done this. I knew I should have called into work today.
I should have just stayed inside. I should have just stayed home.
So when they do finally get to the tomb, they actually choose to go under the statue of Anubis, and they're digging underneath, while the
Yeah.
Americans are digging down.
Yeah.
And then they like stop digging, and then the tomb just like falls out of the
Oh,
ceiling.
no, he's golfing.
Yeah, but why did they
yeah.
stop
Oh yeah,
digging?
yeah.
Maybe the
They
rock.
just like choose to stop digging for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
They got to
They're
rest.
taking a break.
Yeah, dude, it's a hot
yeah, the
day.
air
There's
doesn't
not that much
circulate.
oxygen,
Yeah, they
yeah.
don't, air doesn't
Okay.
circulate down there.
Okay.
Yeah. Brandon Fraser's hair is just like framing his head and like insulating the heat. It's just like
Got nothing to say against that. So the first thing they do, like any rational person when they find a sarcophagus, is
open
open
it.
it.
Ah.
And
It's like, oh my gosh, this corpse is moist.
Yeah, it's moist.
yeah, and they're like, that's weird. It should be
fresh.
like dust. And they're like, no. This one still smells like a person. They're tasting it and shit.
Claw marks.
Yeah.
Actually, they don't respond like in terms of like smell. They don't respond to it at all because that would have been the stinkiest fucking.
It would have been
They
disgusting. Why
definitely
didn't they
Yeah.
react to like?
They should have gagged or something.
Yes.
I just want to throw this out there for some of our non-local listeners. The priest was scratching inside of his tomb because he was still alive.
Yeah.
Much like the founder of Benicia, Robert Semple, when they thought he died, he fell off a horse and they thought he was dead, so they buried him. And then years later, the cemetery that they had buried was getting flooded, so they had to exhume all the bodies. And for whatever sick fucking reason, they decided to open up Robert Semple's casket, and on the inside was claw marks and there was wood chips under his nails because he actually woke up and was in the
This
tomb.
is real.
Are you
It's
really?
100% real. That's why his wife was buried with a tube that goes down so she could ring a bell in case she woke up.
What the fuck? When did you learn about
Benicia's
this?
In like the
up.
third grade when we
Benicia's
did
messed
Benicia
up.
history.
I don't
Is that
remember
a
learning
Alejandro
about that.
fact?
No, sir, this is a Benicia fact.
He gets
Wow.
more Benicia knowledge with that Benicia hat on.
Yeah, it's 'cause it's the hat.
I forgot I'm wearing this.
It's just like, whoa. Benicia
so,
powers activate.
Right after that whole mummy, they see it. The other people find the Book of the Dead.
And also the organ jars.
Yes.
Yes.
Jars of organs?
Jars of vital
Organs?
organs.
Jorgens.
Jorgens.
Organs.
Jorgens.
I always want. They make everything look nice in this.
Yeah, but those actual jars are actually really nice in real life.
And
Oh, I
expensive.
bet.
Yeah. When they opened King Tut's tomb, not only did they find those jars with his organs and perfectly preserved, because one has his brain, just like in this movie, one's his brains, his eyes, because they take all those things out. But then they also had jars of honey. And jars of mead that hadn't gone bad yet because it was sealed so tightly in King Tut's
They
tomb.
do real well. I don't know how they did it.
Yeah, well, honey naturally doesn't go bad.
But I mean, like, still impressive.
Very impressive.
Yeah, for them to be able to preserve what they did with that intense heat and like all that stuff, it's
Knowledge.
incredible.
It's crazy. It's knowledge that it seems like some of us don't have these days.
It's almost like they had to have been helped by the aliens.
Oh, how did they build the pyramid?
Okay, but then she goes and opens the book when she's not supposed to.
And she reads it.
Well, so they
She
find
said-
the book, they find the tomb, they open the tomb, they go back up to the sleeping area,
Yeah.
and they steal the book straight
from
up
the other group,
Just straight up steal the book.
Yeah.
And she just is like, you know what? I'm gonna start reading spells.
Well, and he even says, "You think that's a good idea?" She's like, "Nothing bad ever came from reading a book."
Yeah, that's. Oh, she's from the south now.
nothing ever happened,
Who reads
sweetheart.
out loud by them? Like,
Well,
really? Let's
Well,
read this
she's
out loud.
translating it. But
Can't
she's,
do that.
I don't know.
No,
I don't
but you know
know
what I mean. I thought that was
I
strange
thought
looking,
that
but like
when she was reading it out loud.
Wait. Imagine if she just
Silently
read it in her mind. Like, okay, credits.
Well, no,
She doesn't want
because
these.
yeah, that's it.
that's true. Interesting.
Like in Gunpowder Milkshake.
Indubitably.
I just want to say another great anachronism of this film is that the binding of the Book of the Dead is not something that they would have in Egypt. In fact, the Book of the Dead of Egypt should have been scrolls. They didn't bind books like that until at least the Roman times, maybe even later than that during the Dark Ages. But that's neither here nor there. So
Do you like this movie or you hate it?
I love this movie. I love this movie more than Indiana Jones. Come at me. Call me _Jesus.
Yeah.
So they release all of the plagues because she's just like willy-nilly reading Book of the Dead passages.
Yeah.
Wait, what's up with the guy who she stole it from when he wakes up right before anything happens? He's like, "You weren't supposed to read it out loud."
Well,
It's
because
like
wasn't he working with the Magi or
I don't know if he's working with the Magi. I think he just knows the
knows
He
the
just knows
history?
stuff.
the story.
legend to not
that's
read
what I'm
it out
thinking.
The
loud.
Legend of Gaul.
Yeah,
He dies, right? We see him die.
He kind of like
he
doesn't-
has all the locusts all over him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Later
the
on.
last we see of him.
he goes
right?
crazy. He goes cuckoo bananas. I
That's
think.
what it was.
Because all the Americans come back and still have the jars with them.
Yeah, well, they took it. They were trying to just like get.
They were trying to get the fuck
They
off
just
the
wanted
continent,
treasure,
bro.
though, too.
Yeah.
They
That's
go back
why.
to Cairo, and this is one of my favorite parts: is when they start experiencing all of the plagues.
Yeah, when they're taking the shots
Crazy.
in the middle.
The shit turns to blood. The
The blood.
fountain turns red.
Yeah,
Locusts,
the
the
locusts
plague.
everywhere.
The boils and sores turn into zombies.
It's scary.
Dead.
It's intense. They do a really good job of taking like
Yeah.
real classic horror tropes and
Okay, we
serving
forgot-
them really well.
We forgot about the first guy who dies by Emotep, though.
Poor guy.
Who his classes get stepped on by frickin'
Burns was his name.
Yeah.
He gets his eyes eaten by the zombie, and I think what's even funnier about that is later when we see the point of view of the zombie, he still can't see because he didn't grab the guy's glasses.
Yeah. Yes.
It's like he has all this power
Wait,
to come
really?
back.
That
Yeah.
was-
That's why he has to steal someone else's eyes too later on in the film.
Holy shit! I didn't connect
Whoa.
that.
He
That's
has
hella
all
funny.
Bad
this power
eyesight.
to come back from the dead, but if he steals somebody's bad eyes, he also can't see. Like it's just like, why can't he just like make those
You
eyes?
just see
big?
him both have grab
he
glasses,
literally can turn into sand, but he can't
but
see.
he can't fix
He
his eyes.
also has a deathly fear of cats, which
Well, but that's
They're guardians of the underworld.
when I was very scared of this film as a child, I had a cat, and that made me sleep better because I was like, you know what,
Nice.
Bootsy will protect me.
Nice.
Aw.
It was. I felt so bad for Burns. He was doing the whole Velma thing. He was like, my glasses.
That's
Yeah.
why I didn't feel bad for him.
Guys, Michael.
Damn.
Because he was doing the Velma thing. I feel
Yikes.
bad for Velma all the
Spider.
time.
Yikes.
What, should Velma get LASIK?
Actually, yeah, I think honestly that would help a lot.
Probably.
I mean,
think
she did
that would solve a
she
lot
did
of
get a
problems for the Scooby
makeover
Gang.
in Scooby Doo.
Oh, Linda Cardellini.
Yeah, I was like,
she was
hello.
looking like a
She turned into Hawkeye's wife.
Yes.
Oh shit! Yeah, that is her.
Same universe.
Holla at me, girl.
So they all turn to blood. The
Yeah.
Imhotep shows up and is trying to, well, he does kiss Eve, but like gives.
While she's sleeping.
But
Real
can,
creepy.
Can you explain to me what's happening to him? Is he losing power
I
to
think because
her?
he didn't complete his transformation.
Yeah.
Right. So he didn't.
And
Oh
he
yeah, when he kissed her, he like his face
started losing shit.
Yeah.
Was going.
Because I think.
And he's kissing her because he believes the soul of his hoochie mama is inside of her.
Yes.
He-
No. Like because because she awoken him, and she like sees.
Yeah, he's just like,
Yeah.
isn't he? Because he even says thank you for rescuing
Yeah.
me.
Yes.
So
But
then,
then-
Occam in the second film, they're just like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now
you
suddenly
were
she's
also there, Rachel Weisz.
she's also the Pharaoh's daughter.
That's right.
And then Anaxonomoon and her always hate each other and fight. In
That was
little,
cool
In those
when they
little
do
like
fight.
prongy fight sword things.
They have like the Ninja
Raphael,
Turtle
the
thing.
Ninja Turtle
Yes!
prongs, yeah.
We're talking about the first movie.
Oh,
Yes.
I remember that.
But that's what
Okay.
I'm saying. Like so suddenly, oh yeah, she's there.
Hey,
yeah.
but I mean, it's Hollywood. They're just trying to make it entertaining.
yeah,
Is what it
I
was.
get it. I get it.
But,
Sacrifice.
I mean, it was in like the special effects when he kissed her. That's the power of love, and he was just like dying.
That's the power of love?
That's the power of love.
Easy there, Huey Lewis. I don't think that's the power of love. So they do scare him away, and he has to like regroup with his best friend, Benny.
Benny.
Who
Oh, do you remember when
when he's trying to get on the side and he's showing him all the like.
Yes, that was a
He's
really
like
good
praying to all
improv.
the different gods.
Like he's saying Chinese.
Yeah, he was. Benny speaking Chinese is the
Yeah.
funniest.
And then he's like, language of the slaves.
Nope.
Oh,
And
when he
then starts
speaks
speaking
Hebrew.
Yep.
Yes, and that saves
Like,
him.
yeah.
But what I was gonna bring up was when Brendan Fraser's looking for Benny and finds him in that room and straight up throws a chair at him.
Oh, that's such a great. Like
That was so aggressive. That was like a superhero
Here's-
chuck of a chair because
Yeah.
that chair had way too much airtime.
Yeah.
it didn't just
Benny-
drive you.
So Benny's like the kid who like your mom makes you hang out with because he lives down the street, but like you just like,
I don't want to hang out with this guy.
all right, Benny, you're coming, bud.
I guess you know who should have a TV show is
Benny?
and the
Jets?
stinky guy.
Oh. Thank you. No, I would like to see a Benny and Brendan Fraser backstory.
Sure.
I would
Yeah.
love to see that prequel of like
a
how they met.
prequel, the mummy, mum,
Your strength gives me strength.
The mommy.
the mommy,
The mommy.
oh, the daddy.
That's the prequel. So when Rachel Weisz gets taken finally by the mummy,
Yes.
they get surrounded by all of the zombie
Yeah,
boil
the
infested
plague.
Yes.
plague
Yeah,
people.
boil.
And that's when scary guy who's supposed to be evil turns into a hero and pulls a giant sword out
A scimitar.
and starts just hacking away at these innocent people who are just
They're not coming back to like to their.
they
Well,
might.
but he said kill them. I mean, he ordered them to kill
They don't
them.
know what's happening. They're
Yeah,
brainwashed
but you gotta
zombies.
protect yourself.
Do you
still.
think once Imhotep died, all these people were like,
Yes.
what happened?
All the boil starts shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. And then they woke up and they're like, the last thing I remember was blood in the fountain?
Literally.
That's really
Right.
what it was.
Yeah.
Once they drank that, they all went to shit.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
It was actually Flavor Aid in Jonestown.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna talk about the pilot who got them.
Winston, I like how when they get Winston, it almost sounds like they're lying to him to try and get him on their side, but he's actually just telling him the truth. It's like, we're here to save a damsel in distress. We may never come back.
Well,
it's
and
going to be
doesn't
very...
like Winston like wants to
He
die.
wants that, yeah.
He
He's all
wants
about
to
that
die, like,
gung-ho
he's ready to
glory.
die.
Yeah.
He looked like a very overweight Teddy Roosevelt.
A British Teddy Roosevelt.
Why are you saying, oh, it's like, okay. I mean, he didn't die from his
No, it's
obesity.
Like, oh, it's so true.
Yeah, okay.
oh.
Teddy wasn't the skinniest guy around either, though. Just
Yeah, but
he
neither
was.
was Winston for sure. Let's be
no.
real. That's why he fell in the quicksand and
it
it went
wasn't
down.
actually quicksand.
It was regular sand, and Winston was just really fat and grab it.
That's fucked up.
This is regular sand, guys.
Why didn't anybody else sink at
brought
all?
The whole plane with him.
The only the part that he was in, because there's wings
That's
still
true.
sticking
Nothing
out of the
else was
sand.
moving.
Yeah,
it was
that's
just the
Just
one he was
Winston's.
in.
Winston has a metal skeleton.
Oh,
He's dense,
It's adamantium.
bro.
It's vibranium. So again, horrible plane crash when Sandface takes a bite out of him.
Evie saves the day.
Oh yeah, she kisses him.
She kisses him.
Power of love.
Power, see?
Let me say it
That
again.
is the
Power of
message
love.
of this movie, the power of love. Because Brandon Fraser falls in love with her after like 3 fucking days.
Yeah.
Think about
I mean,
that.
I might fall in love
This
with her
should have
too
been
after
titled
fucking-
The Mummy,
The power of love. And then the theme song should have been Huey Lewis.
The power of love.
Power of love. Don't need money. Don't need fame. Don't need a credit card to ride this train.
What's the Celine Dion song that has that The Power of Love?
Oh.
in it? About the power of love.
I actually don't know any Celine Dion songs by name.
Dude, Celine Dion is
don't
so
know any?
good.
Actually,
My heart will go on.
yeah. That's,
Only
about
because I
it.
recently posted that on my Instagram story.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because of the Titanic, but
Yeah,
okay.
that's it.
The what?
Titanic.
Never heard of it. So
It's actually at the bottom of the ocean, so yeah, I wouldn't have. thought
Give it
that
its
was-
credit. We all know.
yeah, they fucked up the sky. So they get back to Hamanoptera. He's gonna
Kama Sutra.
do the little swippy swappy with the souls of the
Yes,
girls,
they did.
and then he's gonna like have all his priests come out of the stone wall.
Yeah.
Honestly, this guy's powers are incredibly. How does he lose?
I felt like until we got up to the point where they went back, I kind of felt like the movie went slow in a sense that it started with action and then it was like there was a lot of there wasn't that much dialogue. I think that's
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah.
Because there was a lot of one-liners and it was a lot of like funny, quick
Gags,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
I was
true.
like, okay. It seemed like I was like, when is something actually like big gonna
Yeah,
happen?
yeah.
Big, yeah.
That's what it was. It was
the first
missing.
hour went really, really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it was like, oh.
And then it
'cause-
took like 30 minutes to be like, remember that we were also making a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need a storyline.
Yeah, remember? And then the last 30 minutes is them just like, but also we kill mummies.
So much action. What I love is that there's so many different. They could have just stuck with the very generic like mummy zombie, but that you had different types of monsters.
Yeah, it was very dynamic.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. Hey. No more yawning.
I yawned like 5 times already. So.
I know. I
You
saw.
have a 6 yawn limit.
He's gonna do it 6 times.
I did love the trophy room. Just a question. Just want to throw this out there. Does anybody
hunting
know?
trophy room?
Is the trophy room or the treasure room?
The treasure room. Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
When they get to the treasure, they look like trophies, like little tiny bowling trophies to me. When they get to the treasure room, is that the same treasure room from National Treasure?
No, it's not.
A lot of those statues look
it's
very
not.
similar.
That's because
It could have been the same props.
could have been
They
the same
probably
props,
used the
yeah, but
same
it's not the
props.
same.
They didn't
and
keep
that's
the
why
set
it looks.
for like 9 years.
No, but you know it's probably they have all that stuff because it's, I mean,
just in
Universal.
the studio.
Yeah.
We got. But isn't National Treasure Paramount?
same shit.
But they still.
You know they help each other out.
No, but I think some stuff they might cross when you think about props and all that. I mean,
Yeah.
possible.
Doesn't the prop master
'Cause-
own those props?
there's multiple
I think he
prop
pawns them
masters.
off.
No,
but I
mean
felt
the
like they
company that
own
he
it.
works for probably.
Yeah,
owns
so
it.
then maybe they got hired. They're like, oh,
Yeah, I
they
wouldn't be
did the
surprised.
mummy, so let's hire them.
I did read, fun fact, that one of the extras was wearing a robe, right? A brown robe, that the company who owned all of those robes ended up being the same company that did the costuming for Star
I was
Wars.
gonna say Star. Yeah.
One of those
Nice.
robes ended up being actual Alec Guinness's actual robe that he did as playing Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Wow.
So, there
Maybe,
you go.
yeah.
You're okay. Otis, 1 point for you.
Okay.
Negative for Christian.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
you
listening.
lose.
I'm listening to your guys'
listening.
fun facts about props.
See,
What
but
is-
it's crazy because I feel like now at this point we've pretty much said what this movie is, except for the end. But it's 2 hours.
Well, clearly we didn't watch the end either.
No,
guys-
I did watch the end.
I watched the end. I watched it to completion.
I watched it to the end. I was
I
100%
always
right.
go to completion.
Yeah, that makes
I had
sense.
to go to work.
Well, the end was great because it's just action.
Yeah, it was-
They're just fighting at like the source of the
the ritual
Underworld?
site.
of the underworld. Yeah.
The like deepest
Yes,
part.
ritual site.
The souls are bubbling up from the water. The scarabs have run crazy. There's a bunch of treasure. My question is,
What?
what kind of booby trap is an instant self-destruct for an entire city? And not just like a self-destruct, but just like a fold into yourself,
Dude,
Inception-style mind-bending shit.
Part of me believes that because then we're gonna fast forward to what was that X-Men with God, who's that god in X-Men?
Are you talking about Apocalypse?
Apocalypse, right?
Yeah.
In that,
He's not a god. He's just a mutant.
Okay, whatever. Remember in that movie, like that whole fucking pyramid just collapses on it.
Oh, same universe.
Egypt.
Egypt.
Hey, okay, but I get what you're saying.
No, hang on 1 second.
Got him.
That's bullshit. You just did an Alex thing where you kind of like say some nonsense words that we can't question, and then you end it with just like Egypt, and then you had your little backup chipmunk group behind you who said it too, and we all just
Are
accepted
you
it.
mad because you're not the only one
Yeah.
who does shit like that?
Well,
Why
That's my
the fuck
shtick.
are you attacking?
Why are you attacking me? I was asking.
Egypt.
Yeah, Egypt. No, I mean it made sense. His made sense.
I'm just saying, like you compared
Well, it's
the
also
two.
a movie.
Yes.
It's a movie, Alex.
To come back to what you were
documentary.
saying.
To
Because
fight.
It's so historically accurate.
Yeah.
Except for the Sphinx.
Well, okay, I get what you're saying. Once Benny puts his bag on the lever, one lever really just like unlocks everything.
Levels.
I know.
There were so many chances for them to put booby traps to stop people from getting.
Well, there
to
wasn't
the
that many
underworld.
booby traps when you think about it, right? Like it was
None.
only the salt.
The acid salt.
Why do they
But the
call them
acid
booby
salt
traps?
thing isn't even in because originally it's to
No.
grab girls' boobies.
Google that.
Cancelled.
Damsel
It
in
was the first
distress.
mammogram test. Booby traps.
Oh.
Oh man,
Hey, next time you get a mammogram, ask him if that's a booby trap.
Okay, definitely.
you're gonna make the person really uncomfortable.
I can never get doctors to laugh. Have you ever gotten a doctor to laugh?
I get doctors laugh all the time.
Well, you work with them. That's different.
No, I think when you're a patient, they kind of don't. They
never laugh.
They don't want to.
They never laugh.
I think once I hopped on the scale, they're like,
Whenever I get my blood drawn, I have two go-to jokes. One of them is like, "What are you running a vampire bar back there?"
Oh, bad.
Never gets a laugh.
Yeah,
and the
no.
other one is when they get all the tubes and they're setting it up. I always go, I don't know if I have enough blood for all that. And these are
Well,
solid
because
jokes.
those are corny jokes.
you.
That like it's like, oh, this guy
I'm gonna
thinks
say that
he's
to my
funny.
patients next
Like
time.
I said to the guy, he was drawing my blood a couple weeks ago, and I was like, "Hey, how are you doing today?" And he looked up at me. He goes, "Oh, I'm good, thank you."
yes,
That's a Christian thing.
That's what I preach, dude. Ask people
Why
how
are you
they
so
are.
passionate about this?
Because some people are like, I'm an advocate for like being nice to people,
Yeah.
like in those situations where it's a
Instead of
transaction.
trying to like make, see, you're trying to make a joke to make them laugh, which okay, that's fine,
Which
that's
is not
fair.
funny.
But in their mind, it's like
That was funny, huh? I'm sorry.
saying-
I know, I know.
I'm sorry, Jules.
You could come to my
You don't
defense
have
here.
to apologize to me.
That's why Peter's my funny friend.
My best person on set award is
We're already over.
Because there's not that much of this movie to talk about.
Okay,
When
no,
you
there's
think-
more. There's more. The last 30
Oh.
minutes is a lot to talk about. Like Jonathan
just
has
missed
the.
it.
20 minutes technically, because I stopped it. It was an hour and 40, and it said 2:02.
And at what part did you? What was the last thing you saw?
Oh yeah, that's
The mummy
important.
hands coming out of the treasure room.
Best part. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
you
when the action picks up, girl.
You actually stopped at
Literally.
the worst part.
Yeah.
You
Literally.
literally missed the best part of the
It
film.
snowballs into like action scene after action scene. You see a bunch of like different. There's a cat fight between Rachel Weisz and
And Naxanamon.
yes, that. They have a cat fight and it's crazy.
Is she still in the paint?
No, she's
like-
She's like a mummy.
decomposed.
Yeah, she's like
a mummy.
mummy.
Ew. Oh no, it's
Yeah.
Mummy Returns is when we see her again.
Yeah.
God.
different
Yeah.
actress, I believe, but we'll see.
Different
it?
actress.
I believe it was
They
supposed to
throw
be
the
J-Lo.
soul in her.
Different shell of a body.
Yes.
Ghost in a Shell.
You see my memory? My memory
Anime.
of these movies are impeccable.
Okay, you proved
And
me
me.
wrong. Really
So
good.
what is the last scene of this movie? How does it end?
Well, the
Spoiler
zombie
alert.
gets taken to the underworld. I am
Imhotep.
because they get that gold book, which is able
Book
to
of the
The
kill
Book
Living.
of the Living.
Yep.
Got it.
And so
They're able to steal his priests away from him, and
Yes.
Jonathan says this thing that makes the priests or like the royal guard
Yeah. The old magi.
kill. Then that
those are the priests.
The
Those are
gold
his
guys with
priests.
guys. The gold guys.
No, the guys
the
with
sickles.
The sickles.
Aren't those his
No.
priests?
I don't know. I don't know if priests are given huge shields. and
His priests?
sickles.
No, they're
Do they?
his-
No, his
They're
priests are there.
Imhotep's
Yes,
priests.
his priests are there, but the guys with the sickle are magi.
Interesting.
Well, those guys they end up killing decomposed Anaxanaman.
Yeah, because you need a immortal weapon to kill.
And then they make Imhotep mortal,
Yes.
and then Brendan
With
Fraser
the
drives a
chariot.
golden sword into him.
Yes.
Oh. But then he comes back and the Mummy returns, right?
Well, you know,
Well, something
Well,
has to
that's
come
it,
back,
yes.
right? They had to make a
you
sequel
gotta make
somehow.
it. It's $400 million, Jules. They're
probably-
gonna find a way to bring him
There's
back.
another book that probably
Right.
just brings them back, right? That's what I'm assuming.
Book of the Back.
I hate that joke, and I hate
Welcome
even
back,
more that I laughed at it.
welcome
It's
back,
not that good, but I would like. I hate that. Good
so-
job.
Thank you. So he gets taken to the underworld. They all leave. Jonathan's all butthurt because they didn't get to steal any trophies,
Jonathan. Okay.
treasure.
But it's on the camel.
And then Magi goes his way. They go their way. But then as the camera pans out, there's a bunch of gold on the camel.
Yeah.
You see it like twinkle.
Yes,
so that's what
sir.
you missed.
That was a good
Who's
scene.
camel?
Brendan
It was-
Fraser's camel.
Yeah, but Benny was loading the camels.
Yeah,
with all
with
the
the
gold.
treasure.
Yeah, I guess technically it's
Oh.
Benny's camel, but they're not going to go back out there and find him.
What
It's
happened to
not
the
right
other
for-
8 camels that were out there?
Well, there was
The
three,
sand
weren't
got
there?
him.
They probably ran away.
The sand got him.
Their hump got away.
I did read that the guy who plays Benny, Kevin J. O'Connor,
A very,
How
very
ironic.
white name for like
an
a.
incredible character actor. Apparently, every camel on set hated him. So, like earlier,
Just has
Are
that
you
face.
serious?
I swear to God. And so, in the scene when he grabs the camel to try and load it up, the camel like rebuffs him. Apparently, that's because all the camels hated him.
What happened?
Maybe they had like a camel thing.
They just all got together and they're like, you know what?
Could you imagine if like a group of camels didn't let? How would
My life
how
would
does
be
that
the
make you
same.
feel?
My
Like-
life would be exactly the same, Jules. Unless I,
A group
No,
of
but like,
camels
if
didn't
you
like
shit
no,
you.
no,
all
but think
over
about it.
everything
If
you
you
just
had
said.
to be on a set with them and they didn't do that to anybody else but you, it's like, what
They're
kind
like
of a
petting,
person am
and
I?
They're laying down with Brendan Fraser. They're having lunch with Rachel Weisz, and then you're like, "Hey, buddy, you want a sugar cube?" And they're all just like, "Oh,
racist racist camels, dude.
That's funny.
If you can condition a dog to not like certain well, that's
Can
what's
you?
been used before, right?
oh yeah."
Yeah, in like racist dog training. Yeah, I'm sure
You
there's
shouldn't
racist
take that
camels.
class in college. That's not a class you should have taken.
Earmuffs, Finn. Earmuffs.
Staunch socialist, that Finn.
I think we talked about the movie, right?
Yeah,
We
I
did. We
think
did.
so.
Can we know who your best person on set award?
It's gonna be Brendan Fraser because that guy, man, wow.
My best person on
Good
set
for
award
him.
is Kevin J. O'Connor. I love the character of Benny. I think from line 1 to his final frame on screen, he is making the most of his character. I wish they could have brought Benny back for The Mummy Returns.
Dang, no, he died.
Benny, come back.
Benny.
I like how we're smashing so many songs together.
Benny.
Wait, don't sing too much. It's gonna get copyrighted.
No, we're singing it
We're
off,
okay.
off so much that
They'll never find us.
it's your guys's.
Ladies first.
Okay, Otis?
Well,
Jules is waiting
Go
to
ahead, Jules.
respond.
No, you go first.
That was rude on so many different levels, y'all.
I mean, you obviously picked Brendan Fraser, so I would have to go. I think he's a very underappreciated. I like Jonathan a lot.
John Hannah.
Yeah,
John Hannah's really good.
I like him a lot. I
Yeah.
think he brings that, like, everyone kicks Benny comedy, but I think he brings like that touch of like just playful, like that fun.
He was very fun.
Yeah,
very
fun atmosphere.
He was the good guy.
He
Like-
was the fun guy, the fun good guy, which I really like.
He stole from Brendan Fraser.
That's okay.
He's a liar all the time, is what Rachel
And
Weisz said.
Imhotep was murdered wrongly.
No. Imhotep had due justice.
I don't know. I just don't. No, I don't think he should have been murdered for the adultery that was committed.
Don't think he should have been eaten alive by scarabs? For sure.
No, for sure not.
Or I don't think they should have done that. Like, what did they call that ritual on him?
Mummifying.
Hold
No.
on. You know what's fucked up about it? Hold on. I'm sorry. I got to bring this back
Bring it.
because
Bring it.
Bring it
homegirl,
back.
what's her name?
Rachel
Anaxanamun.
Anaxanamun?
She is the pharaoh's mistress. So he's mad that his mistress has someone else.
Yeah,
So the
in that case-
hypocrisy of it all.
Imhotep deserves to live. Yeah,
My
Imhotep
best
was wrong.
person
I'm
on
sa-
set is Brendan Fraser.
Oh no, I
by the
missed
way.
that fact that she was the mistress, not his main chick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mistress.
It's like, you can't have your wife, suck your dick and kiss your kids. It's a weird mix. You know what I mean? That's why you got to have a mistress to suck your dick, and then your wife kisses your kids.
Different times.
Okay, I mean, cool. I mean, you're the pharaoh. You can do what you want, I guess. But I'm just saying, like,
Or just be a one chick guy.
I like how you're still
like-
kind of semi-degrading women by calling him a chick, but like, no, I'm a one-chick guy. I only love one broad, and it's my dame.
Dime piece is my go-to word.
I love it. What would you rate this film, Christian Baltazar?
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
I think a 3.75 for me. No, you know what? I'm just going to go 4.
I'll give it a 4.
Okay.
4.
Otis?
I'm giving this a 5 out of 5.
Oh.
I love this movie a lot.
ICBTB Golden Buzzer.
We did invite you, especially
I
because we know you
it's-
love this film.
This is like
Just upsetting why you watched the wrong one.
notebook worthy for me.
Oh,
it's
that's-
up there for me. And you guys know how much I love the Notebook.
No book is objectively emotionally moving.
but
More
I mean,
moving.
like, obviously category wise, like this is like one of my favorite movies.
No, it's really good. It's really
And
good.
it's nostalgic for me. My whole family watched it together in the movie theaters.
Better than
Jules, you
Indiana
still
Jones?
didn't say anything in terms
We
of
saved
like,
the best for last.
No, I said my best person on set
Yeah.
was Brendan Fraser. You guys were
You just weren't listening. I
Oh,
But
was.
so
no,
sorry.
but what do you rate this
4
film?
out of 5.
Okay, I could have finished the question before you cut me off, but that's fine.
Why Brendan Fraser? Same reasons as me.
Because he did his own stunts and he went through. He put
He
his body
deserves.
through a
Yeah,
lot.
he went through quite a bit. He should have
Yeah.
been Superman over Brandon
Yeah.
Routh.
You know, I was saying when Chris and I were watching it earlier, I was like, God, the two of them would have made a really good Tarzan and Jane. Like, I know he was George the Jungle, but like the two of them would have been a perfect Tarzan and Jane.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Instead, we got Margot Robbie and Alex Skarsgård.
Oh, it was
That movie
Margot.
was trash.
And Alex
I
Skarsgård.
liked it. I
liked it. I
like
really liked
Alexander Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård is the younger brother.
That's who it is.
That's who we were talking about
That's who
earlier.
Is he the one that
Pennywise
plays
is.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or Pennywise, not
He's
it.
also in the new
he's
movie 9 Days that I've been posting about, which people
been
need to
plugging
go
the
watch
shit out of
because
that.
it is so freaking good.
Well, we're not getting paid by them, so we won't plug them.
No, but they need to because it's a smaller film.
Say it again.
And it's really good. 9 Days. Fuck you. Alex is.
Don't worry, he's just being a dick. Watch 9 Days, guys.
Watch The Mummy, guys.
Watch The Mummy. It's streaming right now on HBO Max.
It's
so,
also on TV all the time, like Otis said.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Finn wants to get his thoughts out on the film. Finn, how did you feel about the film?
Oh, I really thought that was Finn.
Yes, I seriously thought that was Finn.
Great impersonation of him.
Wow,
Thanks.
good
Well,
job.
because you timed it perfectly when his mouth came up to the mic.
Okay, well, he's about to knock over all the cameras, so I've been
sorry.
Alejandro.
No, it's okay.
I've been Christian.
That's been Otis.
I've been Jules.
You can
guys,
follow all of us. What are your
This has been
handles?
Finn.
This has been Finn.
What's up?
What's your handle?
You can follow me at picsby_OP. Hashtag photos by Otos, baby.
Hell yeah.
At Juliet __.
Yes, that's what it is.
2 underscores.
Yeah.
Double underscore.
Double underscore.
Call _ me Jesus for Alex.
Christian has asthma for Christian.
ICBTB podcast for the podcast.
Holler for $1, baby.
As
Yeah.
always, guys, ICBTB.com. Check out our pages. Give us likes and reviews. Give us a couple hugs and kisses when you see us in life. And how about this one, guys? Let me leave you with a good note. In life, many things don't go your way, but they will if you make them.
No.
In life, do what you gotta do. Make mistakes. Get up stronger. Get the dirt off your shoulder, homie. And
All right.
make good decisions.
You
man.
have one life to live. Like the sands through an hourglass, so are the days of our lives. It's
That's
just a general hospital.
Be like the sun, always shining bright and keeping other people alive.
Otis?
ELE. Everyone love everyone.
In the
E
times of the
pluribus unum.
storms, in times of the storms, bring down your sail.
Don't rain on my parade. I'm a bowl of butter.
Pour milk in your bowl first.
No. That one's not okay. No,
Disgust
stop.
me.
That's not
I
okay.
agree with that.
No, milk first?
Yeah.
You people disgust me. I'm done with this.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Can't be that bad, oh, it 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 can't be that bad.
Baddies, thanks for listening to the show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This episode was brought to you by companies like M3is3D.com. Be sure to check them out. All the links that you need to find them are in the descriptions below. And be sure to check out ICBTB.com to get any of your merch that you want from us, or to check out episodes on any other platforms, streaming platforms, or YouTube. And be sure to hit us up on our socials. Email us and DM us on Instagram, and we'll see you guys later. Take it easy.